Tuesday morning. What is going on, Steven?
What's going on, Jacob? Lovely morning, lovely afternoon.
Oh my gosh. Well, we got a lot to talk about today in the NFL, especially maybe some NCAA if we want to get into that. We got the draft coming up in April. What do you think about the Odell situation, and what do you think, who is in a better situation, Antonio Brown at Oakland or in Odell in Cleveland?
That's a tough question. I mean, I think Odell has a lot of potential with the young quarterback Baker. But in his defense, Derek Carr is still a young, pretty quarterback. And so Antonio Brown is going to the Oakland Raiders. I don't know if it's a good thing yet. I think John Gruden's building a team, a young team. And I think that Antonio Brown could be a good leader. But besides that, I mean, I think I've said this before with plenty of wide receivers, star wide receivers, is that star wide receivers normally tend to create problems the first 1 or 2 years at a new team.
They really?
Huh?
Do they really?
They do. I mean, you think about it, or not even when they join, but like losing a star receiver is not that big a deal. I mean, everyone's saying now the Giants are going, this is the end of the Giants and everything.
They're tank mode.
But when you see these wide receivers that leave their teams that they've been with forever. I mean, you had Des Bryant leaving the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have gone better than they have the past 3 years this year. I mean, that star wide receivers are not the big thing. I think star wide receivers, when they go to a new team, they create a little havoc because they expect these plays from the team they've been on, so they expect to get the ball a lot more often, which I think sometimes causes rivalries and rifts inside the locker room. But we'll just have to see. I think Odell's a smart young player. I think if he can stay consistent in his health.
He's 26.
I don't necessarily know how young he is, but I know he's a younger of the receivers. I think
Antonio Brown, he's old now.
He is old, yeah. He's getting up there, but I think he's still got a lot of game left in him. I think on the right team, he still has a lot of game in him. Do I necessarily agree with the Raiders? No. I'd like to see him, honestly, on a West Coast team,
Please
maybe.
don't say Denver.
No, I wouldn't say it. I mean, that'd be nice, but I don't think with the quarterback they're bringing in, Joe Flacco, I don't think a star wide receiver is what they're really looking for. I think they need to find a quarterback, and so they found Joe Flacco. At first, I was a bit in denial about it, especially his past performance the past 2 years.
Hey, he's 32 or 33.
I mean, he's 32, and I think what they're doing is I think John Elway's trying to recapture another Peyton moment. I think everyone was like, "Why are you drafting an old quarterback?"
Joe Flacco to Peyton.
I'm not comparing the two, but I think Elway's trying to recreate what he did with Peyton. I think he's trying to say, okay, let's not even draft. Let's trade a veteran quarterback to a team and see. And they traded Peyton
because they suck at drafting quarterbacks. Paxton Lynch, then
Chad Kelly,
Brock Osweiler.
Brock Osweiler wasn't in the draft. Brock Osweiler was traded from somewhere, but he didn't enter the draft. Chad Kelly. Last year. So they do not have a good draft selection. That's why I think what he's trying to do is they didn't draft Peyton. They traded him. And I think if they get Joe Flacco with the veteran status he is, teaching the younger guys, especially Philip Lindsay. Philip Lindsay's going to be a powerhouse this year.
Philip Lindsay, all respects to him, Denver's not making the playoffs next year.
I can kind of see that happening. I mean, again, like I said, I'm a Denver fan and all that, but
say it, and what?
I mean, I just think that if you take away the fact of them going to have kind of like a new kind of setup around Joe Flacco, I think if they can stay consistent with the run game like they did this last year, and with a foolproof defense, now they got a defensive coordinator for a head coach, I think the Broncos have a really good shot at the playoffs. Obviously we're going to talk about the Patriots. Patriots every year playoffs, but
we're talking to AFC West here, people. That's the Chiefs, the Chargers, and now the Oakland Raiders. There ain't no shot the Denver Broncos are making the playoffs. Not even a wild card with the Browns in there, the Baltimore Ravens, the Texans, the Titans, the Colts, the Jaguars. That's a lot of teams that you will definitely count out the Denver Broncos.
I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it before the last year. Defense wins games.
Screw that.
The Broncos defense, if they can get their defense in pitch order like they did with the Super Bowl year, where the defense is the top of the league,
they carry Peyton like a baby.
I understand that, but I'm saying if KC, we have seen KC been shut down by a defense and seeing how ineffective the Kansas City defense is. If we can come up with an adequate offense around Joe Flacco and a running game, and we come up with a stone cold defense like we had Super Bowl 50 year, we shut down Mahomes, we shut down Carr and Brown.
So you're already picking 10 wins?
I can see if training goes well this summer, talking spring ball, summer ball. If training goes well and the guys men, I mean, Joe Flacco has a Super Bowl ring. Like
he's already got one. He's not gonna get a second one.
He might. We don't know.
It's like saying Aaron Rodgers will get his second one.
Aaron Rodgers is a whole different situation. I mean, I don't see why they didn't cut him a long time ago. I mean, they don't see that devoted to their quarterback as they used to.
Hey, everything's weird up in Green Bay. That's Wisconsin. They eat a lot of cheese.
Cheese is good. I like Wisconsin.
They get dairy poisoning or something up there.
Dairy poisoning?
I don't know.
No.
What?
Excuse me. Wisconsin is a great town.
Great town.
Great city. Great state. And I think they have potential if they just get their shit together. I mean, they have an overall okay team. But I think there's a lot of stars on that team, and they're not mending well together.
Randall Cobb, please come to Seattle. Please. We need someone other than Doug Baldwin. Please. Please.
I mean, yeah.
Jordy Nelson's supposed to be me with the Seahawks. Speaking of ex-Packers.
Yeah, I heard that. I think Jordy Nelson is at that age where it's kind of a crapshoot with him, just because his injury.
ACL.
I mean, I think in the first game we don't see an injury out of Jordy Nelson. I'll be surprised. Even in the second and third game. What I really want to talk about today is I want to talk about the Blake Bortles. That could be a new thing.
Wait, did he sign somewhere?
Yes, he did. He signed to the Los Angeles Rams as
what?
Jared Goff's backup. He did sign to the Los Angeles Rams today or yesterday, Monday.
Every team in the playoffs is going to go for Jared Goff's knees. They're going to try to get Blake Bortles in there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think Jared Goff isn't the star though for the LA Rams.
If you were a defensive end and you had Jared Goff like dead straight ahead, what body part are you going for? You're not going for the head. You're not going for the chest. You're going straight for the legs.
I think if you ask any honest and true defensive player, I think they would go for the legal tackle. I think in today's technology, you can't get away with as much as you used to do 10, 15, 20 years ago.
I'm karate kidding his ass.
Right, and then you get a 15-yard penalty, you get fined, and then you get suspended 3 games, and you're not really helping.
All right.
I mean,
we have getting rid of Jared Goff.
We have, yeah, but you only play Jared Goff once, maybe twice. I mean,
well, my team's better off without me.
Why would you say your team's better off without you?
Because they have Blake Bortles as the quarterback.
But if you're J.J. Watt and you're J.J. Watt and you go for his knees and then you're out for the rest, but then you have out for the rest of the game, three suspensions and a fine. You then lower morale inside the locker room, inside the city. So I think an honest defensive man would say, yeah, I would go for the legal tackle. I just think technology with replays, slow motion, all the different camera angles we have would highlight that and you would come out looking like the asshole. I mean, that's what it'd be. Like when we saw Sue, I can't remember his first names. And Dominic and Sue stepped on Aaron or stepped on one of the offensive linemen. We clearly saw that. 20 years ago, you'd probably get away with that because the camera isn't following the scrubbage. But now they are, and I think you lose more for taking a stupid cheap shot than just trying to play the game and shut down a quarterback.
No.
I mean, hey, you want to cut block or you want to go for the knees or try and like land on his elbow or something? Then I mean, by all means, but
make him scream my leg.
Yeah, I mean, it just all depends on the person you're playing, and we can clearly see who would be playing on what teams and what their morale would be. But yeah, so Blake Bortles did go to the Los Angeles Rams.
Like I said, that boy cry like a baby,
and then the city will be crying like a baby when you get fined. It's just been
235 pounds of pure might to take down Jared Goff.
I think with Jared Goff, you need at least
just to get Blake Bortles out there to throw 2 interceptions.
Hey, Blake Bortles is known to be clutch in his career.
Yeah, that's like saying Eli Manning still has a career.
That is a complete understatement. And I mean, Eli Manning didn't have a career the past 2 years, and I think it's Colin Cowherd said this. Is I don't understand what is the holdup with the Giants not letting go of Eli. What did Eli do to get that much loyalty from the Giants? Eli has no more tank in the gas. Yeah, but I mean, Super Bowls are consistent. Like,
has the Manning name.
The Manning name is what's keeping, I think, on the Giants. I think the Manning name is what's keeping on the Giants. But if you look at statistically wise, the past 3 years, he isn't doing very well. He's negative by half. What is the Giants' sole purpose in keeping someone like that? Nothing.
Maybe because they just don't find a quarterback in the draft.
I
know there's like
Josh Allen, all the quarterbacks last year they could have drafted, and they draft Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, but what if you're a scout and you scout like Josh Allen or Sean Watson, and you're just in there, yeah, I don't like that guy, and maybe you were wrong about it, but you're like at that time, no, I don't like him, so I'm not going to draft him. They like someone else. That's why they might just say, okay, Eli, we want to keep high draft picks. Why don't you lose a lot of games for us because you're absolute crap? Why don't you just lose a couple games because we don't see a quarterback?
Why would an administration like the Giants purposely lose games just for draft picks? That's not what
because you've seen it in the day.
If you start off the year going, we're going to lose purposely this season because we want draft picks, who in their right minds would be on a team like that?
Philadelphia 76ers spent like 6 years doing that, just building up draft pick after draft pick, picking the best player available. The Astros did that, my boys. Come on, 10 years, Astros just at the bottom, basically. Yeah.
But for 4, maybe 5 years now, they've done just like, oh, we're going to keep getting. But they're not. They didn't get the best running back. They don't get quarterbacks. They don't get any cornerbacks. They don't get any offensive line. All the things.
Let's just switch this. If the Cardinals do not draft Kyler Murray, you think the Giants are? You think the Giants should?
Should, yes. I don't think so. I don't think they can let go of Eli. There's something Eli has that they're not going to. We are going to stick with Eli. If they draft a quarterback, I'll be thoroughly surprised. And if they ever let Eli go, unless he goes 0-16, they're not going to let him go. I'd be surprised.
Are they second or third pick?
I don't remember. I know they're very high, but there's just something in the waters that Eli's drinking in New York that's keeping them on the team. I don't think Kyler's going to go to the Giants. I really don't think he should go to the Cardinals either, even though I'd like to see that because then you'd have Christian Kirk in the backfield. Christian Kirk in the end zone.
If you're all right. So Arizona, 49ers, Jets, Raiders, Buccaneers, Giants, Jaguars, and Detroit Lions. Where's Kyler Murray going in that?
Say it again.
The Arizona Cardinals, 49ers, Jets, Raiders, Buccaneers, Giants, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Detroit Lions. Where's Kyler Murray going in that?
I mean, I can see Kyler going to the Jets.
No, not with Sam Darnold.
So
I think Bryce Petty as well.
I think Sam Darnold could use a backup. I think he's got a year or two. He's got 2 years now, or a year in the league.
This was his rookie year.
Yeah, so you got a year. The Giants went to Tampa Bay.
Oh,
I mean, they're putting their faith on Jameis Winston right now.
Holy crap! I just realized the Jets just drafted another USC quarterback, butt fumble, part 2, coming up.
Okay.
I'm predicting it. Vegas, call it right now. Butt fumble part 2. USC quarterbacks.
Didn't
it was Mark Sanchez.
I know Mark Sanchez, but didn't the Beard sign with a different team today? Didn't he sign with Miami?
Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, I think he signed with Miami today.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
He signed with a new team today. I think it's Miami. The Lions, they're not gonna get rid of their guy.
Bro, they need to. Matthew Stafford.
I think is.
He's underrated at a lot of times. He doesn't have a Megatron anymore.
I just think he's adequate. Yeah, he's adequate. He's not a bad quarterback.
He doesn't have a rushing game. He doesn't have a defense. I feel bad for the dude.
I think, you know who I think, and you're going to roll your eyes on this? I think Kyler Murray needs to go to the Broncos. You just hired a veteran quarterback, and so you put a new you put a new young quarterback behind this veteran quarterback that you just traded. And now you've got
the last time the Broncos had a mobile quarterback, they had
Tim Tebow took us to the Super Bowl, took us to the playoffs.
Yeah, and then they just got rid of him.
But Kyler Murray is better than Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow,
Fitzpatrick with the Dolphins.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick with the Dolphins. Tim Tebow is not as good as Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray with a young Phillip Lindsay, a young wideout guys, and a moderately young defense. I mean, the team is a young team. Joe Flacco is going to be the leader along with Von Miller and maybe Derek Wolfe. Derek Wolfe has been there for about 4 or 5 years now. I think he can be a leader. He can be a captain. But
they're not going to the
Joe
playoffs.
Flacco, because Kyler Murray is already a passing quarterback. We know this. That's why he didn't run a 40 time. That's why he didn't run a 40 at the NFL Pro Day. You know why? Because everyone knows he's fast. But he showed off his arm. You put a Joe Flacco in front of him and teach him the passing game. He already knows the running game.
Broncos are 10th. Do you think Kyler Murray's going to drop that far?
I don't think that, but I would hope that.
It would be dumb if he's going that far.
As a Broncos fan and a Kyler Murray admirer, I think his best option would be the Broncos. But do I think he's going to make it? No. Would it be kind of cool? Yes.
So, quarterback needs Giants, Buccaneers, because Jameis Winston sucks. I would say Raiders. I'm not sure about Derek Carr at all. And I would say the 49ers.
The Raiders I can see. The Raiders I like to see Derek Carr kind of getting a protege.
Would you stay with... All right, because they're bringing up Josh Rosen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why would the Bills stay with Josh Allen as well? Who's put up kind of numbers, but not really. They're sitting at this 9 spot. And if he falls that far...
maybe.
Pick him up.
I think the Bucks are probably the more likely to. Jameis Winston, I think, is out the door anyway.
Poor dude. That man was a baller at Florida State.
Yeah, I just think he's made too many mistakes. I think he isn't confident as he used to be. Save him, Cam Newton. We'll get
is that Vince Young part 2?
No.
James Winston?
No, but I think with his weapons, Deshaun Jackson and Mike Evans, I think Kyler could do pretty well there. I just don't see their offensive line taking care of Kyler like the Oakland or like Denver would. So I think if I had to pick right now, I'd say Kyler going to Oakland. Going back to what I said about Cam Newton this year, the past 2 years have drafted, not on purpose, but by the time my draft pick gets around to a quarterback, I get Cam Newton. So it's like, okay. And then the first year I played with him, I got second place in my league. He's a consistent quarterback. This past year was just tragic. All of his confidence was gone.
Well, he has some injuries.
He has injuries, but Cam Newton's like the rock of working out. He's the guy that's like, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna push. He was that. I'm gonna be in every commercial, not in a sense of like advertising, but just like I'm gonna work. I'm gonna put in the effort. I'm gonna put in the time. Cam Newton used to be that rookie. Cam Newton, Florida State Cam Newton. Had that confidence.
Florida State Cam Newton.
Florida State Jameis Winston.
Rewind that.
But all of these guys had confidence, and now it's like, okay, what? Where did the confidence go? Cam Newton is a great consistent quarterback.
That's what you said about Robert Griffin III.
Clutch moments. Robert Griffin III. No,
RGE3. He had such a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback in Washington.
Cam Newton, Jameis Winston. Cam Newton more so. Cam Newton used to have confidence at the wazoo. And this past year, it looks like he had zero. He was inaccurate with the ball. He never made good decisions with guys rushing towards him, time on the line.
Greg Olsen wasn't there half the time as well.
Greg Olsen's hurt every year. Like the dude, I don't understand how he still has a job. Greg Olsen's a great tight end. As a former tight end, I appreciate Greg Olsen.
Tight ends in the retrospect, Jason Witten back in the NFL after a terrible commentating.
I think that's exactly what happened. I think Jason Witten, he just realized that his body's still there, and I think with the overall atmosphere of Tony and the viewers he's bringing in, people were expecting a certain amount of commentary skill like Tony had.
The Cowboys players, oh my God.
Tony Romo was a great commentator.
Yes, he is a great commentator, but you're trying to compare him with Jason Witten?
No, I'm saying all the attention that Tony Romo was getting as a commentator, and then he goes, "Hey Jason, I'll get you on this team, I'll get you on this commentating thing," and then Jason Witten is a complete flop. People go, okay, well then he's Jason Witten, whatever.
See, look,
but he still has enough time to be on a very young Cowboy team to be a prominent leader. Is he going to get 600 yards this season? Probably not. 300, 400? Maybe.
All right, hold on. So this year, when we started, the NFL 2018, I said Travis Kelce is not better than Zach Ertz. Is Jason Witten better than both of those at his age?
No. At his age, no. I think I think Jason Witten is a great pass protection. I think he blocks pretty well.
He's huge, by the way. He's bigger than you.
Jason Witten?
He's huge, yes.
Yeah, I understand. I've seen him do it close. I've been to a Cowboy game. I've been on the sidelines. But I'm saying, like, I understand the tight ends. I mean, I was big for being a tight end. Like, I understand tight ends it just depends on what you're working with. I caught balls and I passed balls. I never ran. I never did anything that Jason Witten does. I caught 5-10-yard balls and I passed blocks 95% of the time. And the occasional touchdowns or 5-10-yard passes happened. Jason Witten, I think, is going to be that type of tight end. I think he's going to be there for morale. I think he's going to be there for a strong and prominent captain. But I think he's going to be 5, 10, 15, maybe 20-yard routes. And it's not going to be for these clutch moments like you have Antonio Brown, Odell, all these guys, Amari Cooper.
36?
Yeah.
I thought that dude was old, ancient, 40 years old maybe.
No, he was young. I think he was just kind of getting old the game, and I think Tony gave him a really good, like, hey, this commentating thing's working out for me. Why don't you come commentate? And I think he took that.
But I love Jason Wynn. But that dude, whenever I watched the show, would stare straight into the other guy's eyes, never look at the camera, just stare, like dead straight. And you could see the other guy, the little short, commentator, just like, whoa, this guy just definitely stare on me.
Like I said, maybe he wasn't cut out for commentating, and that's why he's coming back. I think Jerry was really happy when he got the call from Jason and said, I want to come back. I mean, like I said, it is a prominent member of a young team. You put that captaincy on his chest. I think it bodes well for the young Cowboys. Going back to his tight ends in general, Travis Kelce, for some reason I like the dude. I mean, he catches well. He's fast. He's strong. He's smart at times. Yeah, he's a hothead, but he's a smart tight end. He can block pretty good. I think Travis Kelce in the overall is the best overall tight end in the league. Zach Ertz, take my hat off to him.
You want to do a top 5 later on?
We can do a top 5. Yeah, look on our Twitter page. But yeah, I think just in general overall tight ends.
Wait, look on what?
Look on your Twitter page and we'll do a top 5.
Well, no, we're just gonna do a top 5 right here.
Top 5 right in here. Okay, top 5. What tight ends?
Should we do tight ends because we've been talking about tight ends, or should we do something else?
I mean, we can do quarterbacks, running backs.
We'll do the top. We'll do quarterback, running back, and tight end.
And wide receiver.
Yeah.
We'll just do all the players on offense. Okay.
We'll just do 4. Yeah.
Okay. So top 5 quarterbacks. You first.
Top 5 quarterbacks.
Are we doing all time, or are we doing just
let's
like
do all time?
All time. No, let's just do this. Let's just do right now.
You know you want to say Peyton. You know you want to say Peyton.
No, yeah, because it'll do the whole thing of Peyton versus Tom Brady.
Are we gonna?
I say right now, just do all time 5 all time quarterbacks right in this league right now, not drafted.
All right, 5. Oh, this is tough because most of these guys have retired. I would have said Peyton in this too. 5, I would go Patrick right now. He had a good first year.
Okay.
He won the MVP in his first year. Not very many players have ever done that, ever.
Okay.
And, I'll give him 5.
Okay.
5th best quarterback in the league right now.
Okay.
I need more time on Carson. Nick Foles is too inconsistent. I'll go Jared Goff at 4.
Okay.
After Super Bowl, that was terrible. Tom Brady's definitely number 1. I'll get to that.
So 3 and 2.
3. Man, this is tough. I don't know who I would put at 3. Who would you put at 3?
Well, I haven't done my entire list, so my 3 might be different than your 3.
No, I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm gonna go Russell Wilson.
At 3?
All right, no. Jared Goff at 3, Russell at 4. Because Russell, he's been...
Russell over Patrick Mahomes?
Right now, Russell has had more experience.
No. Anyway, I'll let you do your list, and then I'll do my list. Go finish. So you got 2.
People might get heated at me because I'm a Seahawks fan, but Russell Wilson is gone to 2 Super Bowls, won 2 NFC championships. Mm-hmm. He's also like he has Doug Baldwin, an inconsistent, unhealthy most of the time Doug Baldwin, and also an unhealthy Tyler Lockett, a terrible offensive line, and probably a terrible running game. And that boy still brings this team to like 8, 9 wins, 10 wins a season.
Okay, I'll let you do 4.
And he's a small quarterback.
Do whatever one you want to do. And and you got 2 left. You got 1 left.
I got 1 left.
Your number 2 spot. I already have mine.
Number 2. He needs to perform in the playoffs, but I'll go with Deshaun Watson.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm
not putting Aaron Rodgers on that list after the
I
last
wasn't
2
gonna do that
seasons.
one. I wasn't going to do that one either. I'm going to do my list. Number 1, obviously, Tom Brady. Obviously, Tom Brady is the best quarterback in the league right now. I'm starting from 1. I'm a hip-hop. But I'm just going to say it. He's a great quarterback. I think Peyton's a better overall quarterback. But Tom Brady right now, number 1 in the league. Number 2 in the league, by far, is Drew Brees. Drew Brees is a number 2 quarterback.
I forgot about Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you don't get a chance.
I'm sorry, New Orleans. Forgive me.
Drew Brees is the number 2 quarterback in the league right now. By far.
Can I switch to Deshaun Watson out there?
Nope. You put Deshaun Watson.
Everyone listen. I'm switching to Deshaun Watson for Drew Brees.
Nope.
I am an idiot right now.
You heard it here first. I said Drew Brees is number 2.
It's too early in the morning. It's too early.
Look. Okay.
I messed up. I said it.
So Tom, Drew, number 3 to me. When I see in an overall
Did you just
quarterback,
say to me?
To me, number 3 is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes to be, like you said, the rookie NFL MVP, and to be already referred to as the next sheriff, the new sheriff in town, which is a Peyton Manning thing. I think right now, number 3, Patrick Mahomes. 4, I was thinking this. 4, I'll give 5. I'll give that to 5. A 5, I see Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, what the hell? You put Deshaun Watson at 2.
Then I traded him out for Drew Brees because I didn't have anyone.
Yeah, but you forgot. So
okay.
Okay, so I'm putting him 5. 5. Deshaun Watson with a healthy offensive line, with all healthy wide receivers. I'm talking about every QT, Hopkins, Fuller. I'm talking all of them, and that the new tight end with all the tattoos. I can't remember his name, Jahanovich or something like that.
Wait, on the Texans?
Yeah, number 87, Fedorowicz or something like that.
Yeah, Jason Fedorowicz. It's like Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah,
like how you say that.
All those healthy.
Got it. Touchdown.
Running back game is what they need at Houston Texans. We'll get into that. But I'd say number 5, Deshaun Watson. Number 4. That is a tough one. I'm not going to say Aaron. I'm definitely not going to say Russell Wilson.
You're missing out on the Russell Wilson train. If you say Andrew Luck, I'm done with this.
No, I'm going to do Andrew Luck.
Don't say Joe Flacco.
I'm not saying Joe Flacco either.
No Case Keenum.
Dude, definitely not.
I know you're a Denver Bronco fan.
I'd probably go best quarterback in the league right now. From what I saw last year, number 4, Baker.
See, I have doubts about Baker.
From what I saw last year,
yeah,
Baker
what you saw last year,
and that was his rookie year. Knows how to win games with a losing team. I'm talking 0-38 or whatever 16 plus 16 is. 0 and whatever 36 or something. 32. 0 and 32 to what? What were they this year? They were. I definitely knew they had more wins.
They were 7 and 8. 7-8 and 1. 7-8 and 1.
7-8 and 1 because they got that stupid tie with Pittsburgh. 7-8.
That was a good game. That was the top game of the freaking league.
No major league sports team should ever be tied except soccer. No MLB, no NBA, no NFL.
NBA, that's stupid for that.
Yeah, there should never be a tie. They should keep either going or have a kickoff field goal. I don't care.
But then it's their fault for missing 9 field goals.
Right, compared to the whole team's fault because they just didn't have enough time to score. I mean, like, there should never be a tie.
There should be a tie in hockey. Did you say that? Did you say hockey?
But you can't have a tie in hockey because you have a penalty shootout after OT.
Yeah, but what if they don't? What if they all do the same? What if they all miss?
Then you keep going until someone shoots. You don't get 5 and that's it. You keep going until someone shoots. Literally put the ball on the 30-yard line and go kick the field goal. You make it, back it up 40 yards. Kick it again. You missed. All right, other team made it. They win. Like the fact that there's still ties.
You listening, NFL? You listening?
The fact that there's still ties in 2019 games is ridiculous. Number 4,
There's
Baker Mayfield.
7, 8, and 1, and
Baker
you're calling
Mayfield.
him the. Oh my goodness, Baker Mayfield. Respects out to the dude. He's going to be pretty good this year with Odell. No,
I think this year we're gonna have a lot of to look forward from Baker Mayfield. Now that he's had time to adjust, not be the rookie anymore, and he's got the power tools that he has now. I think this year we expect high things from Baker Mayfield. So I put him at 4. So I'm gonna go Tom, Drew, Patrick Mahomes, Baker, and Deshaun Watson.
I want to bring this around. D'Antonio Brown. The Steelers still have a pretty good chance of being competitive in the AFC North, despite all the distractions. They've had Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell distractions last year.
Right.
And they still almost made the playoffs.
Okay. Which point?
If the Lamar Jackson plays good, the Ravens are going to be a prominent effect for AFC North title.
Okay.
Then also Pittsburgh is going to be a chance. So the Browns also are in that conversation.
Right.
People are saying Super Bowl Browns.
No, I'm not saying Super Bowl Browns. I disagree.
You're not
with
Super Bowl Browns, but everyone else is.
I would disagree.
And I will disagree with every single thing that they're saying because the Browns still have 2 teams that they have to beat out next year.
The Ravens are going to be a prominent member in the AFC. I mean, like, just with the guys they picked up and then letting go Joe Flacco and putting that team on.
They also let go Terrell Suggs.
Yeah.
Not Trevor. That's a white guy's name. Terrell Suggs. You got to put the double O's in there. Terrell Suggs.
Terrell Suggs, yes, they let go of him, but they picked up Ed Reed. I mean, they picked up all these amazing picks, and they put the shoulder game on Lamar Jackson, and I think they are going to have a great burst. I don't think they're going to be consistent. I think they're going to be a good hoorah team.
It's going to be fun to see because rookie quarterbacks sometimes don't be
great.
Next
and I
year.
think Pittsburgh still has Big Ben. I think Pittsburgh has one of the best coaches in the league. In terms of just overall performance.
The Troop Gate. You remember that?
The Troop Gate? Yeah. With
where he tripped the guy down the field. Oh my goodness.
So I think he's one of the best in the league, which is saying a lot because there's a lot of good coaches in the league. Are we doing top 5 coaches?
No, not on the show, not on this one. We got to go to the halfbacks because we still got the halfbacks, the tight ends, and the wide receivers. Still got a long way to go.
Running backs. Anyway, okay. So running backs,
whatever. It's
so let's go running backs. So you went first in quarterback. I'll go first in running backs.
So when you play Madden or you look up like all the stats and stuff, is it RB or HB?
There's 2 of them because halfback should be a fullback. Running back is a running back in the back.
It's confusing.
No, not to a football player, which I am. But anyway, before we keep running backs, top 5 running backs.
I'll let you go first.
In the game right now, top 5 running backs.
You gotta put Saquon in there.
No. Yeah, I'll put Saquon 4 right now.
You put Saquon 4 or 5. That boy's calves.
Philip Lindsay is definitely in there.
No. What? He didn't even put up 1,000 yards.
I just think I got a good feeling about Philip Lindsay.
You're a die-hard Denver Bronco.
That's not a knock
I will
on Denver
beat
Broncos.
you in a conversation that my boy Rashawn Penny is better than
Philip
Lindsay.
Lindsay. If you go back and look at his highlights and go back and look at his runs, that man runs with a purpose like I haven't seen in years. The last person to run like Philip Lindsay is Marshawn Lynch. I mean, glory days Marshawn Lynch. The man powers through. He's agile, he's quick, he finds the holes. He didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but I still believe that man is going to have a good season this year if he can stay healthy. So he's in the conversation of top 5. Zeke, right now, I think he's really good. I think his offensive line helps him a lot too, but I think overall he's a really good running back. I'm going to put him at 2. I'm going to go Todd Gurley 1, Zeke 2, Philip Lindsay 3, Saquon Barkley 4, and I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey 5. I think Christian McCaffrey on a good offensive line would do pretty well. I think that's one fast white boy. I mean, that's one fast white boy. And I think he has potential. I just wish he had a better offensive line. But number 1 by far, Todd Gurley. So let's go 1 Todd Gurley, 2 Zeke, 3 Philip Lindsay, 4 Saquon Barkley, and 5, Christian McCaffrey. All right, your top 5 now.
Bro, you put Philip Lindsay in that. I'm done. I've been sitting over here trying to hold in my life for so long. You
Give
put
me your
Phillip
top 5.
Saquon, number 5.
Okay.
Number 4. Lamar Miller. I'm kidding. All right. Number 4. That's. I put Todd Gurley. Number 3, despite the allegations. No, number 2, despite the allegations, is Kareem Hunt. Number 3, I'll pick Sony Michel. No. He is better than Philip Lindsay by far.
What did you say?
Sony Michel, the New England running back.
Okay, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying he's better than Philip Lindsay, but
so you take Sony Michel. You take Sony Michel with a 40-year-old Tom Brady, who's still pretty good. You take him away from that roster. They're just passing the ball all day long. You think you're going to let Burkhead run the ball all day?
Okay,
No.
Okay, keep going then. I still here 2 and 1. Or you put Kareem Hunt in 2.
I got number 1, Christian McCaffrey. You got to give the white boys respect. He's doing some pretty dang good stuff there.
Yeah, like I said, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, besides Kareem Hunt and Michelle, I mean, Kareem Hunt, I think, I don't know. I just didn't put any faith in Kareem Hunt. I mean, he's spending 8 games this season, so I mean, like, that's already starting off horrible. But yeah, I'm unlocking my 5. All right, so tight ends. Tight ends.
Oh, I'm going first?
Yeah.
So obviously, number 1 from his play last year, Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Number 2. Number 2, I'll take Zach Ertz.
Okay.
What was that?
I was like, don't look anything up.
I'm not looking anything up. I was just going to look up some other stats for you later. Shoot. I don't know very many tight ends in the league.
Okay, so let's give me your 1, 2.
Rob Gronkowski is number 3. Gronkowski is number 3. Number 4, if he stays healthy, nice Greg Olsen. Number 5, would you put Jimmy Graham at number 5?
No.
Well, actually, not anymore. He used to be pretty good. Antonio Gates at number 5. That boy is still lighting up. Touchdown after touchdown.
Okay. All right. So my first one would be in the league with this quarterback, Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski is by far the Peyton Gronkowski era will end with either Tom Gronkowski era is either over when Brady or Gronkowski leaves. I just think that duo in itself is why Gronkowski is number 1. Number 2,
that boy's a hoss.
Number 2, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, like I said earlier, I think is by far the best overall tight end. The only reason I put Gronk in front of Travis Kelce is Brady finds Gronk more than Patrick Mahomes finds Travis Kelce. If it was the opposite, Travis Kelce would be number 1. Number 3, I would go with Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, yeah. I'll give Zach Ertz number 3. Zach Ertz number 3. I think it'll be interesting to see him with Carson Wentz. He had a thing with Nick Foles in the quarterback, especially 2 years ago. So it'll be interesting to see if Carson Wentz gets him the ball. Number 4, I would go with Ndamukong Njoku from the Browns. I think he is an underrated tight end. I think because he's on the Browns, he doesn't get the respect he needs. But I would think I think he's definitely a rising star as in terms of tight end. Him and Baker got plenty of receptions last year, so I think Njoku is going to be number 4. Number 5, that's a tough one. But number 5, we're talking about in the league. I would say it's Jason Witten. Number 5, you look back at what he can do, and I would just his pass blocking alone and his clutchness alone, I'd pick Jason Witten as number 5.
I was hesitant to pick Jason Witten because he did fall off the last 2 years of his career. you saw the numbers drop down.
Every year he's a clutch tight end. Every year you go back and he's already in the end zone and he catches at least 2 either FOTs or fourth quarter touchdowns.
I really wish Owen Daniels was still in the league.
Yeah.
Owen Daniels, he was not the greatest blocking tight end because he was very undersized. But that man, every time I watched the Texans game, he would just be out there catching balls 30 yards, 40 yards down the field. It was like, all right, Owen Daniels, whoop. Then he got traded to the freaking Broncos, won a Super Bowl.
Owen Daniels.
Don't give me that smile.
Don't
give me that smile.
Owen Daniels. I mean, hey, he was a
we
great tight end.
whooped your butt in the Super Bowl.
He was a great tight end, and he went with the right team. But
well, no,
I think if you're talking about in terms of just overall tight end, I mean, you got. I never, and he was always an underrated tight end, which I never understood because I thought he was really good. Was Dallas Clark?
Yes.
Dallas Clark.
Finally, someone that agrees with me.
I mean, I think it was very close to being a Gronk Brady type of thing. Dallas Clark was consistently catching balls from Manning. I mean, he barely dropped any in his time in Indianapolis. And I have pictures. I go back on my Facebook and look when I first joined Facebook in like 2010, 2009. Like one of my very first pictures was a picture of Dallas Clark catching a touchdown in the end zone. So like I've always been a Dallas Clark fan. So I think just that's an underrated tight end since you're talking about either not here or underrated. But so we got tight ends. So what are we on? We're on wide receivers.
Wide receivers.
I go first or?
Yeah, I went first. So
okay, so I go first. In the league, top wide receiver. Yeah, nope, not
yours.
No, I can't. He plays for the Chiefs. What's his name?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, number one receiver right now in the game. Tyreek Hill.
I wouldn't give him number 1.
Okay, I'll stay
definitely in a top 5.
I'll go 2. DeAndre Hopkins is in there.
Heck yeah, boy, that boy. One-handed grabs all day.
I think OBJ is just too inconsistent with his health. So I'd go top wide receiver in the league.
Jarvis Landry in there.
Jarvis Landry's in there. Top wide receiver. Here's gonna go. Number 1, DeAndre Hopkins.
Wait, who'd you say number 1?
DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins.
I thought you said Harry Longo. I was like, who the heck is that?
DeAndre Hopkins, number 1. Number 2, Tyreek Hill. Number 3, Jarvis Landry. I feel comfortable with that. Number 4, Amari Cooper.
You have not put Antonio Brown in this conversation?
No.
Oh, my lord.
Number 4, Amari Cooper. And I'll go 5, Antonio Brown. Amari Cooper, I think, is better than Antonio Brown based on his performance with his new team last year.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking Amari Cooper plus Antonio Brown on the Raiders, that would be smack. But no, he's gone.
No, Amari Cooper with a young Dak Prescott, I think, better than Antonio Brown with Derek Carr.
Have you seen those memes about Dak Prescott where it's the guy from Key and Peele when he's like sledding and he's like Dak Prescott with an open receiver?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so those are my 5. So
I don't have any problem with Dak Prescott.
So DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, what did I say, 3? Jarvis Landry, Amari Cooper, Antonio Brown in my top 5.
All right. I go number 1. Number 1, DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Number 2, Jarvis Landry. Number 3, Tyreek Hill. That's basically the same top 3 as you.
Right.
I don't think Amari Cooper's number 4. I think Antonio Brown's number 4. Then you add in, I thought I was going to have someone for 5 that's not named Amari Cooper. He's 6. He's not 5.
So who's 5?
I got to think of one now.
I would say 6 or 7 would be Mike Evans.
Bro, you know who you forgot?
I doubt it. Who?
Julio Jones.
No. Julio Jones without...
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones without...
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, I don't think is a good good wide receiver. I think Matt Ryan has a special connection with Julio Jones.
Oh my gosh. Julio Jones
sticking with
puts
my
up fantasy stats left and right.
I'm sticking with my 5. I gotta say my 5. Antonio Brown. If anything, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones would take over Antonio Brown.
All right.
Antonio Brown. Yeah, I'll do that. I will switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the same. I'll take out Antonio Brown and I'll put
Brandon
Julio
Cooks
Jones.
is 7. Brandon Cook. If we were going 7, Brandon Cooks. I just saw the Rams name.
No,
so
number 7, Michael Thomas. Last year, based on his stats last year, Michael Thomas over Brandon Cooks. I would pick that.
You are sorely mistaken. Sorely mistaken. Sorely what?
Michael Thomas. I got itch. Michael Thomas with Drew. I mean, could not stop him. Unless you interfered with him. But we'll look into that for the sake of New Orleans.
Doesn't the Dolphins? Who's the Dolphins' best wide receiver?
It was Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was someone good this year. I freaking remember.
Wasn't he like a white light skinned guy? What was his name?
Danny Amendola?
No, not Danny Amendola.
Bro.
I can't remember his
That
name.
boy is underrated. He is always constantly underrated.
No, who was underrated? Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan is underrated.
Not mad
Not
at. We've
mad
seen
at-
you play him with in Madden. He drops everything.
Everything. But Tom Brady in real life throws something to Chris Hogan, and even if it wasn't to Chris Hogan will freaking catch it. It's annoying.
So like Rob Gronkowski, anything. In
I think
that,
I think Chris Hogan's an underrated wide receiver, but I mean that's what I think.
Are we going top 5 coaches and then we'll end this?
Top 5 coaches. You first.
Bill Belichick, number 1.
Okay.
Despite the cheating scandals, Bill Belichick. Number 2. I gotta go to the Chicago Bears coach, Scott Nagy. Was that a laugh? Was that a giggle?
That was a what the hell?
No, bro. Like, they fell apart in the playoffs, but that man had an offense like no one's business and a defense like no one's business. That team scared Jared Goff and Todd Gurley later in the season. He's a good coach. Number 3. That's debatable. I think I would go with the Andy Reid. Number 4, probably no matter how many times he does stupid things, like throw the ball in his own end zone. Well, not end zone. In his own area, like their side of the 50.
Oh, okay.
Like against the Chiefs when.
Just name the name.
And then number 5.
No, you didn't say the name. You just said 4. What was the name?
I said Sean McVay.
Oh, okay, Sean McVay.
Bro, you can rewrite
5.
Number 5. Oh my goodness, I would say the Colts coach.
Okay.
Bro, are you doubting the Colts coach? That man went from like 0-3 to like making the playoffs and almost beating the Chiefs.
Okay, I'll say my top 5. Top 5, yeah. Bill Belichick, whatever. I mean, he sacrificed.
You're salty.
He
You're salty.
He sacrifices GOAT to the devil, just like Nick
You're
Saban.
salty.
Every halftime, Nick Saban and Bill Belichick go inside the locker room, don't even
Salty.
talk to their teammates, just go inside, sacrifice a goat to Satan, and
This
they
is
win.
A&M fans for you. Salty.
Nick Saban. I said that more about Nick Saban. I just get that off. But, I mean, he wins, so who am I to say anything? Bill Belichick, number 1.
You're very salty.
Number 2, Andy Reid. I put Andy Reid at number 2.
No.
Number 3, I'd go with...
Underperforming playoff coaches.
No, number 2. Number 2, so Bill Belichick, number 2 is Sean Payton. Sean Payton, I think, is a strong coach. Then I'd go Andy
He's got a
Reid.
short temper.
I don't care about that. Andy Reid, and then I'd go... Oh, it's a tough one. I think Mike Tomlin's smart. I just think he does stupid stuff. Mike Tomlin, I think he does stupid stuff all the time.
That new Chargers coach is pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. No, I mean I'm gonna go.
You're telling me I'd take a long time, but you're sitting over here debaucheling everything.
Honestly, for me, and I'm going to have so many people hate me for this, number 5.
Do not say it. Don't say it. Don't say the Denver coach.
No.
Do not say it.
No. Number 5, I'd honestly say Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, I think, at times could be a very good coach. But I think just as an overall track record, it wouldn't work. I think it's not working. But I think with the right amount of confidence, he could be a great coach.
I had to leave for a second.
But other than that, I think my favorite coach, now you're saying my favorite coach of the league.
You gotta take that comment outside.
No,
buddy.
my favorite coach
That's a
of the
terrible
league,
comment.
I would say right now it would be Sean Payton. Sean Payton, I think, is just an overall great coach. I think he coaches his team well. That's just my favorite coach right now. I'm excited to see what's his name? Cliff Kingsbury from the Tex.
No.
I'm not saying top 5. I'm saying I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, but he's not gonna win with the Cardinals. Are you serious?
I'm excited to see his coaching style.
Are you
NFL.
serious? Oh my goodness!
I'm excited to see
You were a
it.
Cliff Kingsbury fan.
I'm not a fan. I'm just saying I admire the dude. I admire his coaching. I mean,
their offense is going to be like number 10 in the league, and their defense is going to be 32nd.
I mean, like I said, I watched Cliff Kingsbury when he's on the
they were trash.
I had a buddy of mine, Jonathan Giles, played with Patrick Mahomes and Cliff Kingsbury on Texas Tech. He said Cliff is a great coach. He understands his players, and he did do well.
That's what they said about David Beatty at Kansas, but he was trash.
All I'm saying is I'm excited to see Cliff Kingsbury. That's just all I'm saying. But he doesn't even reach top 10. But I'm excited to see what he does with the Cardinals. That's why I don't think they should pick up Kyler Murray. I think he's got a quarterback already. He's gonna stick with that quarterback. But Kyler Murray, and we talked about that.
That's a head scratcher. Knock on wood, buddy. That's a terrible mistake.
We'll see in a couple months.
Like 5-6 months until the season starts.
6 months, then. My correction, folks.
1 month until, the NFL draft. This has been 4th and 11. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Steven, for being here.
Always a pleasure.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.